In this high converting landing page guide, I'm going to talk you through what the ultimate landing page sequence is, and not only am I going to talk through what the sequence is, all the copy that needs to go on the page to make it actually convert and work, I'm also going to explain why, the principles behind why I have every element on every page so that you can gain a deep understanding, and if you understand the principles, everything becomes way more powerful. So let's start off firstly with the way this is structured. If you want a high converting landing page, you actually need 3 pages. You need a sequence of pages. The first page is the lengthiest page. It's the page that people originally land on. And this is going to give them all the information they need about our solution. Then we're going to prompt people on that page to click through to our second page, and that second page is going to just quickly recap everything they're going to get and then have a form that they can fill out to submit their information to our company. The final page is going to be a thank you page which confirms receipt of their information and ideally starts pre-framing them for the next steps of the process. And at the end of the video, I'm actually going to give you another little hack you can use on this page to be able to schedule people even easier. So we're going to start at the beginning of the sequence. Now, this is the landing page. This is where a majority of the work is going to go in. What we want to do with this is, firstly, we want to call out our audience. The reason we want to do this is, firstly, it helps with lead quality. People coming to our landing page, they're well aware that this page is for them because it's directly addressing those people. It also makes them feel that this solution is for them. So we want to reference people, our target audience, in the same way they reference themselves. So if it's business owners, we would reference them as business owners. If it's SaaS founders, we would say SaaS founders, but it has to be what they refer to themselves as, not what we refer to them as. So first we're going to call out our audience. That makes them feel at home. Next, we're going to come up with a really bold headline that's going to quickly portray the outcome they're going to get by using our solution. So an example of a good headline would be, prepare to explode your growth within the next 30 days. It's a bold statement. It catches someone's attention. It needs to be focused on the outcome of your service. And basically it summarizes everything you do in a really succinct sentence. Below that, we want a subheadline, and this is where we can elaborate on the headline or the statement we've just made. So what we want to do is then we want to ground that headline and give more context, because yeah, I mean, it's great that you can get me growth within the next 30 days, but what does that involve? What's the mechanism for that? What does that actually look like? So in this subheadline, we might say, we're Tech Growth Marketing. We provide LinkedIn and Facebook advertising services to bring you a consistent stream of leads, and then we help with your sales processes as well. If we had all that in there, we've got the bold headline statement, it's going to catch someone's attention and reel them in, and then we ground that underneath. Okay, so that's how we start. If you're on a landing page, there are 2 sections of the page that are the most read. It's the above the fold section, as soon as someone comes onto the page, and it's also the very bottom of the page where they can't scroll any further. Those are the 2 most viewed sections. And in terms of the elements of the page that have the biggest impact on conversions, it's actually this element here, the headline. If your headline's really, really good, the rest of the page doesn't matter. So if you're going to spend time tweaking your page, the headline is usually the best thing to focus on if you're running A/B tests. Okay? So that's the start of the above the fold section. We immediately want to give the option for someone to click through to submit their lead information. Genuinely, if your offer and your headline is good enough, that is often all you need to get someone to say, yeah, I'm interested, I want to have a further chat. So we're going to have a button immediately to allow them to push through to the next page.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so this little guy's got a message for you. Firstly, hope you're enjoying the video. He says, if you are enjoying the video and you can consider leaving a like, comment or subscribing, it would be greatly appreciated because you'll see more content that's going to benefit you. Also, for every like, comment or subscribe, he gets a dreamy, so there is something in it for him. He's not completely unbiased. But yeah, hope you enjoy the video and I'll see you again soon. Let's go. Continue.
Also, ideal scenario, we want a video on that page, and that video is going to inform people as to our service. We have a script for that video in our Control Growth Framework, which is the system we use and we also help people implement to gain a consistent stream of inbound inquiries. We have a script that you can use for that video, but we want a video because some people just want to sit there and actively consume that information just by watching a video. So we're going to have a video in there that explains, it's basically a summary of everything on this page, just they consume it in a different way. Then we want to move down to social proof and credibility. So often when people want to use a service or a product, they will be led by other people. Have other people already used this product or service? Have they had a good time with this product or service? Are the people who've used it, are they reputable? Are they similar to me? Or are they even further than I am? If we can show that we've worked with reputable companies, well-known companies, and they've put their trust in us, that trust gets transferred into their eyes and we become more trustworthy, our product and service does. So that's why we want to add social proof and credibility by saying we've worked with, or we're trusted by, or we've been seen in, if we have PR, and then you'd have logos of reputable companies that people are familiar with. Then we need to firstly state the problem. Quite often on landing pages, what people do is they jump straight into the solution. They talk about themselves and they talk about the service that they deliver. Logically, that's what you would do, but in reality, it doesn't work as well. What we want to do is we want to list a problem statement. For someone to need a solution, there needs to be a problem. So what we need to do is we need to bring that problem to the surface so they can identify with it, and then we can present our solution. So firstly, we want to drum up the pain inside them. So what we're going to do is we're going to state the problem and pain points that target audience is facing. We want to use it, we want to explain that in the words that they use to describe those problems, and we want to do it over multiple lines. If you want to make that section a bit more appealing, use emojis at the start of every line just to make it a bit more engaging and less corporate. To the right, we're going to add in a little bit of extra social proof by having the photo of someone. This actually needs to be a photo of them because that adds a lot of weight to the statement. And then we're going to have a statement here, ideally referencing specific numbers. So I worked with tech growth marketing and I saw a 30% increase in the amount of inbound leads within the first 7 days. That sort of testimony is what we want. We don't want wishy-washy things like they're a great company, because that's not tangible. That's really doesn't really mean anything. We want specific, tangible numbers and exact results. So we're going to have that there. Now that we've stated the problem, we're going to move on to the solution. So we say introducing whatever the name of our solution is. So that might be our company name. And then we state the promise statement. This goes in this format. We help target audience as they describe themselves to get whatever result it is they want within the time frame we deliver that result. And then we say without something they're currently doing that they hate, using and then new opportunity. So an example is we help SaaS founders to get 20 new demos a month within the next 30 days without having to post blog posts that no one ever sees, using this brand new system for client acquisition. That's just a off the top of my head example of what you would have as a problem statement. Then that's a succinct thing. That summarizes everything we do in one sentence. And that's what we want. We want simplicity. But beneath that, we're going to state the individual benefits of using that service. So increase your visibility, get a consistent stream of clients coming to you instead of you having to chase them, etc., etc. And this is the important part. We had a button at the top of the page that said get started, where someone could go and fill out their lead information. We're going to repeat that halfway down this page here. Okay, so we want to repeat the call to action throughout the page over and over. The same call to action, we just want to repeat it so it gets drummed into their head so they have multiple opportunities to convert and push through to the next page. If you want a complete client acquisition system within the next 30 days, guaranteed, or we work for free, you can learn more about that by clicking the link in the description or somewhere on this video. Next up, we want to talk about how our solution works. So your solution will usually be laid out in one of several steps. The first step might be, I don't know, apply for a free growth strategy call with us. Step 2 might be we'll review XYZ, and then step 3 might be we implement it. Now what we want to do is we want to explain the steps that someone goes through when using our service, ultimately coming to the outcome they want. This gives a bit of context so they understand like how it works, the tangibility of the process, but we also want to use this as an opportunity to start handling objections. So at each step of the process, there might be an objection that someone has. What we want to do is we want to immediately address that and handle it so that we can overcome the reason someone might not be clicking on that button. Okay, we also want images in here to make it visual. If you can visualize the steps, that's fantastic. So we're going to have that. Yet again, another call to action. There's a pattern here. Then we want to add even more social proofs. We're going to say what our customers are saying. Same principle again. We want a photo of the person and we want tangible results down here with specific numbers. Below that, another call to action. Then we're going to have a bit of information about us, a bit of background about the company. If it's a consultation thing, it's a single person, that's fine. If it's a company, a bit of background around the company, but we want to build trust in the company or the person who's selling this product or service, again with an image. Then we're down to the bottom of the page. This is one of the, if you remember from the start, our most read sections of the page are the top and the bottom. At the bottom, it's very important because this is an opportunity. Someone can't scroll any further. It's a really good opportunity for them to convert on our offer. We're going to say it's time to get started. We're going to list all the benefits they can have from using our solution, have yet again even more social proof, and then we're going to say get started. So we're basically summarizing what it is we do again very succinctly, and then saying, look, someone else has already done it. Now's your turn to get started. That is our core landing page sorted, right? And the fundamental principles behind it. Just so you're aware, when building a landing page, all the builders are roughly the same, and it's not necessarily about the technicalities of building the page that matters. It's the principle behind the content that really matters in terms of a page. So any of those buttons that someone clicks, it goes through to another page. On this next page, we're going to say never struggle with whatever the main problem is they face again. Then we're going to say discover if our solution, whatever that may be, is right for you. We're going to then list all the benefits beneath. This is again sort of summarizing everything. We're agitating the problem, and then we're saying this is a solution, and then we're listing the outcomes they feel. Then on the right hand side, we're going to have a form that collects their information. If you want to go next level, what you do is with this form, you change the way you capture the information to start off by asking questions of that person related to your service. So if I was a recruitment agent and this was a recruitment website, this form might start with, what role are you looking to fill? When are you looking to fill that role? Instead of saying, what's your name or email address straight away, we can go in and start the interaction by asking questions about the problem they have. That's just a more advanced point. Then beneath the form, what we're going to do is more social proof and more credibility. Another statement of someone using our service and the outcome they've experienced, and then some logos of companies we work with. Once they submit this form, we send them to a thank you page where we confirm receipt of their application, and we have a video that explains the next steps. The reason we've separated this out into 3 separate pages is because we can now target people based on their behavior. If someone came to this page but didn't click through to the yeah, I'm interested, they're probably less bought in than someone who clicked onto this page, right? But let's say someone clicks on this page but then doesn't complete the form. We want the opportunity to segment that audience and then be able to remarket to them to be able to push them over the line. By separating these pages out into 3 separate URLs, we can create audiences in Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, and say anyone who visited this page but didn't visit this page, I want to set up an audience for them and I want to hit them with remarketing ads so they consistently see our solution so they're more likely to convert. Okay? Now, that's sort of everything. Well, that is everything you need. This is an insanely effective landing page sequence that we use for all of our clients. At the start of the video, I said I was going to give you something extra on the thank you page that's going to increase your schedule rates, and that is this. On the thank you page, I strongly recommend having a video on one side and on the other side having a Calendly link or some sort of calendar whereby they can select a time to speak to you. This works particularly well if you've got a consultation offer, but basically you want to, in the video, explain what's going to happen next and say, remember you need to book a time right now. And that will increase your schedule rates because it takes the momentum someone's got going through that process and uses it to get something firm in the diary. Okay, so that's a massive change you can add to this thank you page to elevate your results even further. I really hope this video has helped, and I guarantee if you implement this landing page over whatever it is you're using now, you will see an increase in performance, provided your traffic's good. My company, Tech Growth Marketing, we're currently giving away free growth strategy sessions. I have over the years developed a system called the Controlled Growth Framework version 3, and I'm helping companies who are ready to scale and willing to scale to implement that system. Now, it doesn't work for everyone, but the people it does work for, it really works for. We're giving away free growth strategy sessions where I'll walk through your company, your exact situation, see if that framework works for you. And if you want to implement that, we can either give you the framework and you can implement it yourself, or we can implement it for you. So if that's of interest to you and you want to take me up on that offer, you can apply via a link in the description below. This is only available to established companies looking to grow. This isn't available if you're thinking, this video is really helpful, I want some extra information, and then we're going to just leave. All the free information is here. If you want some serious in-depth help, that offer is below for you. I'm really looking forward to speaking to you about your company. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have and you consider leaving a like or subscribing, I greatly appreciate it. But either way, I hope you have a good day. Cheers.